The opening kick of the new season is straight ahead. We turn it over to our broadcast duo of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, we appreciate it, Larry. It's our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they interplay. An early season tilt, and when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet, and both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, and I don't think from what we saw down on the field before the game, there's any doubt they're ready to roll.
They passed the eye test.
It's the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3". They'll come out throwing here on first down. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by Jalen Collins. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick six.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace it.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be knocked down sideways. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
They had two tight ends in the formation on that one. It looked to me like he had his pick of receivers downfield.
I think he was just planning on going over the middle. That's what he did.
Picked up first down, too.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
Here we go with 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. A swift move and then tackled just on the other side of midfield. It's a gain of 7, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
They'll look to throw here. Throw right side, complete to Williams. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
And now a 1st down following that long gain. They'll set up to throw. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series. Now back to throw. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. Taking it in. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback. Try and start this drive in the air. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A gain of 6 there on first. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And some room to maneuver. And he slides to avoid the hit. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And his first carry, he loses the football. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. He'll look to throw. They're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback, and that has to feel good to him right there. His first career sack.
Gun. They'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. From the left hash, this from 46. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now a handoff looking right.
Holding offense.
Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
Back to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. But what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Second down following the run. On play action, they'll throw. And he's got room. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
Looking to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
So 1 quarter in the books here on our first Sunday night telecast of the year. 10-7 our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down and needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down. And they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. He'll drop to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. The Saints on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. Dances by him. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
I've yet to meet a wide receiver who likes to block more than catching the football, but the best ones understand that that's how they'll actually get more passes thrown to them if they help in the run game. And anytime you get a run of that yardage, that means the wide receivers did help. They get down to what a lot of people call the second level, the linebackers, or the third level where the defensive backs are, and they get out in front and put their bodies out there and create more space for their runners to gain the yardage.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion.
Let's go!
They'll set up a throw. And shedding through the tackle. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Here we go now. Blue landing. Blue landing.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a third down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. He'll look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Call it a gain of 3. And that's going to make it 4th down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. A gain of 3, second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles.
All right, here we go.
But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Falcons on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. They'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find the spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, they obviously red man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Brooke?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making...
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Saints have taken the lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. Now, I'm not going to say you completely abandon the passing game, but it would really behoove them to get this running game going more.
That's the identity most teams are seeking. Able to establish themselves, control the game by running it, have to touch it multiple times in order to have success in this game.
As we say, yeah, that's right. As we say all the time, that sets up the passing game. I feel like a broken record with that.
Listen, we can be broken records all we want. Bottom line is, lather up that big horse and let him run. Footing's definitely going to be an issue because it's tough to make those quick cuts that you're used to making on a soggy track. In fact, a Hall of Fame runner once told me, cut on your heels in this type of weather. Gives you better balance.
And he's taken down here by the Saints.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Hurry up, here we go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Yeah, they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. 23 yards on the play. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
They go play action here on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Hurry up, here we go.
And that'll be incomplete.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Fighting through pressure. But now he's swallowed up and taken down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. This will be fielded at the 7. Now a hit and a loose football. 1:52 left to play in this 2nd quarter. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. A reminder coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of our first half.
LR, that's my man.
That's your guy. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
He's going to launch this thing way down, and that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. It's a big play there for the Saints. And even 40 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 7 yards on the play. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As he'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. It's their quarterback taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Saints add on to their lead.
The defense is doing their best, but they're struggling right now. They'll look for some help from their own offense to keep them in the game.
Lutz now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Back to throw here. Buying time to his left. And now running right through it. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Forced out to his left. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. The Falcons on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 8. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Complete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They'll try and throw for it here. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gilbert. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. To throw now on first down. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. So we've reached halftime here in our... All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start. But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The Falcons on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue line it. Blue line.
They'll drop to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense. And now here's a carry heading left. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Partner, I think the easy thing now would be to just abandon the run and start throwing the football at all costs. But I've been in so many games where it doesn't work running the ball. It doesn't work running the ball. And then something pops, and now you get something going. I'm not so sure to just abandon your game plan this early in the second half.
Complete on the deep ball. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Let's go. Blue line it. Blue line.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
As diverse as the running game has become in the NFL, there's still a place for the fullback position. And on that play, he gained nice yardage.
Here we go now.
And that is incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
The Falcons on third down. Just one conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This will be 3rd and 5.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Wasn't able to get anything, no gain. Fumbled once already. Maybe he's being a little careful. Not necessarily on that play, but I'm sure that's in his mind somewhere.
Oh, without a doubt, because protecting the football is job one for anyone who's carrying it, and that's exactly what he tried to do on that play, but it didn't gain him any yardage.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at the 23. And some big-time hitting going on there. He is knocked to the ground at the 32-yard line. The Saints coming out now to take the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's airing it out for Williams. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
2nd down here after the incomplete pass.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. Here comes the Saints punter now. He's been terrific so far. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on our side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments, and you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination. But you know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And he spins through. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They run the counter now on first down. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Gilbert. A nice gain of 21 yards.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
They'll look to throw here on first down. They find some open field here. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. So a collective holding of breath here as the starter heads for the sideline. And they'll turn things over here to the backup to see if he can dig him out of this hole. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. And on 2nd and 10 now. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases. Whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 14.
Here we go.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards. And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. Well, first I thought that might have been a bobbled snap, but as it developed, it wasn't. They designed that fake, probably wishing they would have kicked it.
Certainly that was not a bobble, because we've seen that before, haven't we? You know, and they have a code word, right? Usually a fire. And oftentimes that means move outside, right? They try and find open space and the holder rolls out. He tried to go up the middle. That was designed with blocking, and they had no place to go.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They'll look to throw here. And the ball is knocked out, and the Falcons grab it. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Now back to throw. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. It's a gain of 7 on the ground, but they'll be faced with 3rd and long.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
They'll set up to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that'll make this an 8-point game. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense, and over the post.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
Here we go. Green, 39.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Here we go. Green, 39.
to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Over the middle, complete. That's Cross. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the fourth. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
The Saints on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Back to throw. Powers through. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Not a blitz, but the guy who's normally the last line of defense recognized he had a chance to get to the quarterback, and that's exactly what he did.
He took a hit on that last play. Now let's see how he and the offense respond on second. Looking to throw. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in the second half. Instead, it's third down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead. You've got to protect it. And he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to let this one go deep. The swing pass caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. The Lutz will look to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. That time a 9-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. Lutz now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Yeah, they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll look to throw now on first down. And an alley to run. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Green 39! Green 39!
They're going to look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. So they're operating in the red zone.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And right side caught. Hogan. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. 15 yards. And the Falcons cut into that lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it was finished by the touchdown run from the 15. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Back back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Now a handoff looking right. Oh, good move. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
First seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
They'll set up a throw. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target. And it's second down.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get, because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down.
Set! Blue landed!
He'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. They'll look to throw. And some space here. And he is knocked down from the side. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football, because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh, there's no doubt that this is a huge defensive series right here. They've got to hold him to a field goal attempt or less. Otherwise, this game just might be out of reach. Let's see if they can hunker down and get it done.
A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And Lutz's kick is good. And that will bump the lead up to 11. So a big one there as that gives them a little cushion.
And you know, here in the 4th quarter, the fact that they were able to bleed some time off the clock and put points on the board, even if it's only 3, that could turn out to be the drive that ultimately wins them the game.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they...
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's taken down here by the Saints.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Let's go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Back to throw here. Going right side here, and that's complete. They'll get 7 out of it, but it brings up the 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to loft one deep. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Atlanta now coming out on the field.
All right, here we go.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they'll get it all the way out near midfield to the 45. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Time for a break. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll drop the throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
All right, here we go.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's brought down. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Hurry up, here we go.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll look to throw again. And his throw is incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion.
All right, here we go.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Here we go now. 3-19.
And again this time to the tailback. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. You can really tell right now both sides have amped up the aggressiveness. That time the offense winning the aggression battle.
And the defense was obviously aiming for the football, maybe a little bit more so than the runner himself, and that's why he was able to break through and get the gain that he did.
And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together,